What's good, y'all? Just Prince TV here. So Eminem released a trash song with a new Filipino artist that's actually better than him. Alright? A Filipino artist that's actually more talented and more diverse. It's funny how Eminem signs a bunch of artists that is better than him. But that's the only thing that he does good for hip hop, is that he signs other talent. He's good at looking at and finding other talent. But him, far from being real talented. He is by far the most overrated rapper of all time. And that song that he released with that new artist proves it even more. Okay? Being lyrical is not just rhyming real fast. Okay? Being lyrical is not just saying lyrical, miracle, spiritual. That's pointless lyrics. Okay? Eminem has no cadence in his flow. Right? He makes no sense. He sounds like a 13-year-old kid just hitting puberty. All right? His rap lyrics are not great. He don't got no classic bars. He don't say nothing that's groundbreaking that's going to make you want to really hit the rewind button. Half of those lyrics are just corny. All right? He literally said in one of his verses, put a cork in it. Who says that in a hip hop song? Listen, when you make hip hop music is from the streets. We started it in New York. Okay? If you don't appeal to most people in the streets, you are not hip hop. Period. That's like going to Mexico and not speaking Spanish and saying, hey, you know what? Speaking French is the main language here. This is the real language of Mexico. No, motherfucker. Wherever you at, you have to oblige to the culture. All right? And then you got the nerve in this verse to say, who are people to judge what hip hop is? The people who actually created the stuff? You still a guest in hip hop. You're not a top 5 artist. You're not a top 10 artist. You're not a top 20 artist. You are a guest in hip hop. And just because we let you sit at the seat because you're good for business, you good for pitting the word hip hop into white America, don't mean you're one of the best artists of all time. You are not. Your music do not stand the test of time. Half of it is corny. Your first single was My Name Is. Slim Shady. It's corny. Your lyrics are corny. And when this guy goes about dissing artists, how could you even take that serious? It's just laughable. Okay? If I'm the Game, you don't want to beef with the Game anyway, because the Game is a real battle MC. Every rapper that obliged to the culture of hip hop battling, they got a resume. They got bodies. Eminem got no bodies. All right? And some of the rap battles you lost a rap battle to Nick Cannon. By not responding, you lose by default, because he spoke to you in his diss songs. You lost to a guy that I don't even know what the hell he is in Machine Gun Kelly. But he even bodied your corny lyrics. You know, Hyman leaves the battle with a man in a man bun. Dog, you're corny. Alright? There's a reason why people in the hood don't rock with your music. It's not because you're white. It's because you are corny and your music is unrelatable. Okay? Nobody wants to listen to you battle pop stars. Nobody wants to listen to you making songs about killing your mother. Those songs were corny anyway. Okay? Now you make these stupid songs to try to prove that you're hip hop. Whenever you have to try to say I'm the GOAT, you're not the GOAT, because people elect you being the GOAT. You're never going to be better than a Nas, a Kendrick Lamar, a Jay-Z, a Tupac. The list goes on and on. You're not hip hop, brother. And when I mean that you never was part of hip hop, you were pop hop. And here's the thing. When you can't even make better music than some of the people that you're beefing with, that's a problem. Okay, music has to be relatable. People have to be able to willing to listen to your music in different settings. Okay? You're not a diverse album. You diverse artist. You can't make songs for the club. You can't make songs for the streets. You can't make creative real songs. You can't even do songs that could reach people mostly. Okay? The reason why you sell music and you sell records is because you're white. You have white privilege. And you reach a lot of homes in white America, and it happens to be that white people outnumber black people. Okay? But that doesn't mean just because you make more money than a lot of black artists that you're better than them. Okay? You have the luxury of being white and selling to a group of people that normally won't fit into black communities or rap music because they don't know what the hell they're doing. See, this is the problem with culture that's dominated, anything dominated by a black person. They slap a white face on it and try to market that white face as being the best. They did the same thing in sports. There was a time they didn't want to market Michael Jordan. They wanted to market Larry Bird because Larry Bird was the comfortable face. He was the marketable face for America. Hip-hop, black music, urban black music. You throw a white boy in there, then all of a sudden you want to promote that white boy as the face of hip-hop because it sells and it's more marketable. Simple. And that's the problem with rap music. That's the problem with anything that happens to be dominated by black people. Black people started rock and roll music. It got famous. White people took over it, and they became the face of it. Right? So you're trying to do the same thing to hip-hop. You're trying to take it away from black people and give it to white people. But this was the first form of music that people said was jungle music. Remember white people calling rap music jungle music? It's never going to survive. It's jungle music. It's trash. Let those hooligans kill each other with this music. But when your grandkids start listening to that music, you had to change your heart. Now you had to have somebody that looks like you, talks like you, and that's Eminem. Now there's a lot of white rappers now, but those white rappers can't really get over the hurdle of getting famous now because Eminem was the first white rapper to come in and get credit for being a white rapper, and it was something different. And a lot of black people can't say what they really feel about Eminem is because they don't want to be labeled as a racist and they don't want to be labeled as a hater. All right? Simple as that. But they don't listen to Eminem. Words and actions are two complete different things. And all these artists that talk about Eminem, of course they're going to say good things about him because he has a lot of pull in the music business. Why would you talk bad about Eminem for? When he could get you records with Dr. Dre. He could get you records with 50 Cent. He could put money in your pocket. That doesn't mean you think he's a real good artist. It's just a simple fact that he has a lot of power. And the minute you diss Eminem, here's what happens. Yeah, I like your diss song by Eminem. But, you know, Eminem has a lot of friends in the music business, so we can't play this song. So, therefore, you can't make any money. And, oh, yeah, about putting that song on the radio, yeah, we can't really play that neither. That's why it's not a fair and equal playing field. But make no mistakes about it, Eminem is probably a top 40, top 50 artist of all time. But he gets praise just because he's white and half decent rapper, okay? Because if he was black, he'd be just another rapper. It's just a simple fact that he's white and he's rapping. He gets famous for it. It's like a black guy going to play hockey. You know, he may break the barriers a little more. Like the Serena Williams. She's black and she's playing in a sport mostly dominated by white people. And see how famous she gets? Because she's different from everybody else. That's just simple as that. I'm out. Peace.